Well, there's a lot of games coming out soon. I heard that Baldur's Gate just finally dropped, like the full release. I know it's been in production or like early access for like 10 years or something like that, right? But I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. From what I'm hearing, it's kind of like another Elden Ring, possibly. Like a gem, you know? Because when Elden Ring dropped, bro, that game kind of like took the whole world over, bro. People that don't even play that kind of game played it. Like me. That was my first Souls game. And I became Elden Lord. You know, just another day over here. But yeah, I was wondering what other games they got because I've been getting kind of bored. I picked this game up a while back, and I'm kind of like, I kind of like getting games, and even if I don't enjoy it like at the time, or if I don't give it too much time, sometimes I can go back and play it, you know? And this game, I think it went on sale for like $7 or something. I got it a long time ago, you know. I tried it a little bit, but it was hard. Like I couldn't really get very far. And then now I've been fucking sinking so much damn time in this game recently. I think I jumped from like, maybe I had like 2 or 3 hours before to now I'm at like probably like 9 or 10 already. And it's only, I've only been playing it for like a few days. But yeah, and then besides this, Valorant is cool. But then other than that, like I don't really find myself playing much. I spend more time scrolling through my library wondering what I should play than I do actually playing shit. But yeah, also now I'm playing, or now I'm watching One Piece. I just got a subscription to fucking Crunchyroll just so that I can convenience, you know, no ads, no blah blah. I'm sure there's websites for that, but man, I'm just going the easy way. But so yeah, I've been trying to binge watch that. I already watched like the first 5 episodes, and I forgot how good it kind of was. Like some of it seems kind of, it's kind of funny because some of it seems like it's for children, but then they be calling people bitches and shit, you know. And they're like killing motherfuckers, but I don't know, man. It's good. I remember I got to like episode 2 something, but I was like half-ass paying attention to it, you know. So I kind of remember the story, but I'm like full on watching it again because I want to, you know, get everything, soak it all in. But I wouldn't mind having a game to play on the side, you know. So hopefully he'll tell me something good. If not, there's always next month.
Yay, hello, what's up? It's that time again. Welcome back to our monthly look at new games. No preamble with this one. Let's just get right into it, starting with my top picks, what I think are the best looking new games coming out in this month of August 2023.
Which looks interesting.
These will be listed in order of
I've never played an Armored Core game, but it does look cool.
Man, you know you got a good game when other developers in the industry are coming up publicly saying that we shouldn't let it raise our expectations because it's so good. It's
they really
too
said
good that it would be unfair to set a high bar for
that kind of looks
studios.
cool though, this
that is
cinematic.
Exactly what has happened with Baldur's Gate.
Whoa, wait a second. Actually, there's this GIF I seen a long time ago of like this alien thing, and he's holding like a little tiny alien parasite fucking tadpole thing, and then he puts it up to the camera like I guess he's like implanting you with it. Is that from this?
Fair to set a high bar for others.
Because he looked like this, the GIF. He looked like this guy.
Studios. That is exactly what has happened with Baldur's Gate 3. Funny enough, similar situation happened around the release of Elden Ring. But anyways, yeah, seems like if you like old school D&D
what did I say?
CRPGs with a lot of player
it's that right
variety.
there. This exact scene, but it looked much more real than this. It looked like someone probably went and CGI'd it really fucking good for like a cutscene, you know?
Like if you like old school D&D laden CRPGs with a lot of player agency, variety, and thousands of potential outcomes, this will be one to play. It is a bit of deja vu for me, as I could have sworn I played this game nearly 3 years ago, because I did. It first released into early access in October 2020, and even back then, with what was a fraction of a game, I was pretty impressed. Well, that fraction of a game has now been finished, and it is whole at this point, and by all accounts is shaping up to be very, very good. So here's the quick rundown. This was developed by Larian Studios, creators of Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. They are referring to
I've seen those on Steam. I never played it though.
Rich party-based next-generation RPG, an evolution of their successful formula with their first 2 games, set in the world, of course, of Dungeons and Dragons.
How do people always come up with new fucking like creature designs and monster designs and demonic designs and shit? Well, I'm having trouble finding one right now. I don't know. She looks dope, bro.
games set in the world
looks
of course
cool.
of Dungeons and Dragons.
This is like
where
a
the choices
demon
that
or
we
something.
make shape a tale
It's a vampire?
of fellowship and betrayal. The game has got 7 unique origin heroes for you to pick from. These will offer handcrafted experiences. Each of them have their own unique traits,
Whoa.
agenda, and outlook on the world, with stories to intersect.
That was
with the
pretty
overarching
cool.
narrative, where your choices will drastically
Oh,
influence
this dude's
that.
sick.
Or beyond that, there's also a robust character creator with unprecedented levels of customization. It features 31 sub races on top of the 11 core races and 46 sub classes branching out of the 12 base classes. All told, there's over 600 spells and actions, which offer loads of freedom in the game's handcrafted and highly interactable world. Pretty
Whoa.
much everything in the environment, every object, everything you can think of can be picked up or moved or interacted with or exploded or set a booby trap or whatever. Super immersive interactive play space. It's based on the D&D 5e rule set. It's got team-based initiative, advantage and disadvantage, and role modifiers, combined with advanced AI, expanded environmental interactions like I just mentioned, and a combat system that rewards strategy and foresight. There are 3 different difficulty settings, letting you customize the challenge of your combat, and over 100.
Damn, some of this looks pretty cool. I was wondering, I was like, what the fuck kind of game is this? Because I played Dungeons and Dragons before, but like, we were just all in a Discord and we were just, you know, we had someone playing good Grandmaster and shit. It was actually dope though. I always wonder how they would implement that in a game, because like, isn't Dungeons and Dragons like absolutely fucking anything goes? Like it can be any kind of story. Like you just add whatever the fuck you want. It's all up to the Grandmaster really, and how imaginative they are. But I mean, a game of it would be fucking cool, dude. And like he said, people were saying that's a really good one. I like how this over here, I guess you have to like, wait, I wonder if you have to roll for every time you do something.
Up or moved or interacted with or
like right here. Well, I mean, it doesn't look like it. I was going to say right here, if he clicked that, said I wanted to shoot that, if you would have to roll to see if you actually hit it or miss, you know?
Exploded or set a booby trap or whatever. Super immersive interactive play space. It's based on the D&D 5e rule set. It's got team-based initiative, advantage and disadvantage, and role modifiers, combined with advanced AI, expanded
I don't know, it seems
environmental
interesting.
interactions like I just mentioned, and a
and I like that right here, like they're in a set spot. Like I wonder if they can move their AI. I doubt it, but the fact that he kind of had to like go in and find that
rewards
the fucking angle. That angle right there, you see?
AI.
Without hitting anybody. I wonder if the red guys are their enemies or if it's a whole squad. And I wonder if you could damage your enemies or your own homies. Like if he went to throw that through the wall but accidentally hit his own friend.
Expanded environmental interactions like I just mentioned, and a combat system that rewards strategy and foresight. There are 3 different difficulty settings, letting you customize the challenge of your combat. And
I'd go hard.
174 hours of cinematics. No wonder developers are complaining. That is this is 174 hours of cinematics in this game. Are you kidding me? On top of that, this game can be played multiplayer online with up to 4 players. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I played this a few years ago, I thought it was really good then, and at this point, it seems to have just gotten significantly better. Pretty awesome to hear. Baldur's Gate 3 coming on August 3rd to PC for $59.99. Can
I make like a hatch?
Then releasing on PS5 on August 6th for $69.99, because Sony is, yeah, they're going to be charging you those extra $10 for just about everything. Before we get into the next game, though, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online community with thousands of classes for learning a variety of things. There's crafts and hobbies, including photography, design, and illustration, as well as hundreds of career-focused classes. Whatever it is you may be looking to improve or learn more about, Skillshare has something for you. Traditional working jobs are not one size fits all in today's economy. I know this very well myself, and there are many.
I don't know how to keep like the smoke from rising.
Skillshare aims to help you learn how to design a career that fits well for you. You don't have to take one huge class either. You could start small, learn some minor skills and things that might have a major impact for you. I've liked the productivity and time management course, as it is always helpful.
Actually, I think I have an idea
on how to best manage your time. And I'd also like to check out the marketing your brand and business class, seeing as my YouTube logo is still a decade old at this point. Could use a freshening up. If you'd like to check out Skillshare for yourself, the first 1,000 people to use a link in the description below will get a 1-month free Skillshare trial. All right, next up on this month's list is Atlas Fallen. You know, it's always nice to see a mid-sized studio find success and build a strong following off of
Atlas Fallen. For some reason, every time they say that, I think of Atlas, the game that Wildcard made.
niche games, and Deck 13 is one such developer. 2017's The Surge was one of those lesser known but much beloved by those who
yeah, I
played
heard
it.
some. I heard some good about.
RPGs. They followed it up in 2019 with The Surge 2, which
yeah, I heard good things
similarly
about The
did pretty
Surge.
well, and now 4 years later, they're about to release something that's a bit different. So Atlas Fallen is an action RPG, but this time it is.
Dude, like people have such cool imagination. Who the fuck invented and made this dude up, you know, and modeled him? You know, what was that other thing? It was like a smoking dragon. Look at that. Who created that and was like, yeah, it'd be cool if we had a fucking dragon that was like not caught on fire, but caught on smoke.
Fallen is an action RPG, but this time it is way less souls and a bit more Monster Hunter meets Forspoken meets like modern day action RPG.
Oh yeah, this looks cool. It looks cool, but I don't know, man. It looks like too good to be true type shit, maybe.
Monster Hunter meets Forspoken meets like.
Then again, actually, I don't know. Graphics nowadays are wild.
Desert landscape, which you traverse by more or less surfing at high speeds through the sand. And yes, that is where the Forspoken comparison comes into play. And hopefully, it's the only point of comparison because, as we know, Forspoken didn't turn out to be that good of a game. But beyond that, there's other movement abilities. You got double jumping, dashing, and the ability to float. And mobility is going to play a big role in combat as well, as the game has a fair amount of flyers and large enemies with weak points that are high up that you have to traverse in order to reach, breaking down their armor.
Look at that dude. Look at that worm.
Damage. It's got an action combat
looks
system
dope
with
though.
the
I
usual
fuck with
fare
it.
of light and heavy attacks. There's
Damn, that looks cool.
dodging, parrying, and a combo system. You've got this gauntlet that will transform into 3 different weapons, each with their own strengths and use cases, all of which is further enhanced by this momentum system. So the longer you're engaged in combat, the more momentum you build up. This in turn makes your attacks deal more damage, but
that's actually cool.
Progressively
like a combo.
Access to stronger abilities. It basically works in
Encourager.
3 tiers, and
I don't even know.
the tiers, you can then
dude, that thing looks cool.
With the higher tier abilities doing more damage.
The fighting looks pretty dope too.
The game's actually got over 150 essence stones, which you can either find or craft, and these function as active and passive abilities. So there's a lot of
but you only get 3
things you can choose from. So they're calling this a semi-open world. You've got these large play spaces that are broken up into different sections. You'll explore, collecting unique items, armor, and essences, searching for ways to get access to locked areas.
That thing looked cool, like a crab thing.
You're fighting through a variety of different basic enemies, elite enemies, and major boss battles. Also, this is a story-driven game. It can be played solo.
It looks like there's only a couple combos though.
Co-op. Atlas Fallen is coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC.
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
For
That looks dope.
If anybody has a big dog and they want to have freedom with a big dog, I don't know how else you do it. I mean, Halo is the answer. When he wants to go outside, I just put the collar on him and he goes out and does what he wants to do. In a minute, on my phone, I set up a fence and I don't have to worry about him. You want to know that he's going to be safe and he's going to be happy and he's going to be...
Bro, it's going to shock him when he gets out though?
That's what it is. It's worth every penny, if not more.
Nah, you tripping, bro.
Wayfinder.
I don't fuck with shot collars. Just think about it. One, if it's the one that barks, if it's the one for when they bark, if they bark and it shocks them and then they whimper or something and it shocks them again, it's just a fucking Ouroboros. And then same with if he goes out of bounds, like what if you have a dumb dog that just fucking takes the fuck off, right? And then you set your little parameter, yeah, but he gets out of it and he starts shocking him and he is too dumb to turn around or find his way back into the parameter, you know? I don't know. That shit, I don't really fuck with all that.
Is an upcoming action combat character-based MMO light.
Wayfinder
from things like Warframe with a gameplay loop, character and progression systems, familiar from that game, and puts it into these open zone areas that you will explore, seeing
what do they call those, roguelikes?
Kind of MMO light elements come into play. I played this game for around 40 hours a few months ago, and while I do have some early
40 hours.
Overall, I enjoyed my time, and I am looking forward to seeing more. I would say probably one of its stronger features is a fairly well executed action combat system that feels pretty good to play.
That looks like that game Dauntless.
Amount of enemy design and encounter variety, which I love to see. The game's features include those open world zones. These are shared spaces. You're going to see other players running around doing a variety of just the open world activities.
That's
beyond
cool.
Fighting groups of various types of monsters.
I like open shared worlds.
Find public events, world bosses, various points
of
interest like landmarks,
I like that
vistas,
stuff.
and various secrets to discover. There are side quests and objectives to do and collectibles. The game has has a system of instance procedural dungeons where they take tile sets, rearrange them in different layouts and placements so that every run feels different, which is pretty important because these instance dungeons you'll be running a lot. They make up for a majority probably of your playtime, as this is where you go to farm a lot of the progression related things, the resources, the currencies.
The graphics though, I like that style, you know.
The procedural nature. There's also these dungeon mutations, which will further mix things up, add variety, increasing the challenge for better rewards. And then also one big thing with this game is it features a character system rather than classes. So the game has 6 playable characters. These are distinct. They've got specific names. They are fully voice acted, and they each have unique abilities, play styles, and backstories. So think along the line of the Warframes in Frames, or what you would get for characters in a MOBA. You're not picking the warrior class, you're playing a specific character with a specific name who has 4 default abilities.
Interesting.
And those abilities, while they have some level enhancement and they can be modified somewhat with certain pieces of gear, for the most part, the 4 abilities of each character are the 4 abilities. Oh, every other person you see who's playing that character also has those same 4 abilities. There are a variety of passives as well, and the big chance.
They better keep adding new people though, because if there's like
weapon basically functions
a bunch of like if everyone just chooses this chick, that'd be kind of funny if you just see her. What the fuck? Did she just hit a shadow clone jutsu? Hand signs and shit. Hold up.
Chance for variety with each of the characters.
I'm about to play her if I ever touch this game.
Basically functions beyond having a different attack pattern.
Oh shit, she did.
Or whatever, different attack
that girl hit them Naruto hand signs.
Weapons will also have unique abilities attached to them. They kind of function as your 5th ability, and there will be multiple variations.
I wonder if Naruto invented the hand signs.
Lots of different progression systems in this game. You'll be upgrading your characters, your weapons. There are accessories, which are your types of gear. Echoes, which
that's cool. Look at his sight though. It's like there's like timers on it that are counting down or something, like clocks. Look at these, like moving.
Are accessories, which are your types of gear. Echoes, which are powerful.
I don't know what that means.
Enhance your gear, and then there's also a affinity system. You level it up, you get stronger. There's also social towns in this game. You're gonna go here. There's NPCs to pick up quests, buy and sell items. This is also where you can set out on expeditions, which are just repeatable dungeon grinds. Craft weapons and gear here. Customizable player housing will also be here. And yes, there's social hubs, so you're gonna see other players running around as well. Wayfinder is coming out on August 15th. It is first launching into early access. Now, in order to get into early access, you will have to buy this Founders Pack, but when the game officially releases, I'm assuming sometime next year, into 1.0, it is going to be fully free to play, with monetization coming through the visual customization side of things. Okay, next up, Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew. This is a stealth strategy game.
I thought it was like Caribbean. What is that other game that looked like this? Skull.
Age of Piracy. You gather a crew of ghost pirates with magical abilities that you will use to infiltrate islands in search of long-lost treasure. The developer, Mimimi Games, has stated that their goal with Shadow Gambit is to push and evolve the stealth strategy genre, and it seems like they may have done that.
That kind of looks cool though.
Impression from a few months ago came back fairly positive, primarily touting the game's expansive size, unique mechanics, abilities, and world interactions that make for a fun twist on this genre of game. So you've got this base of operations known as your ghost pirate ship, and you will use that to sail around, going to different islands.
What is this one called? Shadow Gambit?
Heists and salvaging treasure, infiltrating fortresses, sneaking behind enemy lines by staying in the shadows, and combining the magical skills of your crew. So as you play, you're going to come across other dead pirates who you will then revive, adding them to your crew. There's 8 of them in total, each with their own different unique
join my crew, bro. I just brought you back. Like son, I got you.
Launch friend or foe out of a magical cannon. There's a soul anchor that you can use to open up portals, teleporting all over the place.
This should look cool though.
Unique abilities and potential interactions here. So before each mission, you will select from the crewmates that you have available that you want to bring with you, and then you also plan a path to enter and exit each island.
It's a single player.
It's your choice. You want to go in stealthy, or you want to go head on, guns blazing, using your abilities, manipulating the environment to your advantage. There's going to be a lot of options here as to how you approach and take on every one of the game's islands. And the islands themselves are these unique handcrafted locations with a lot of different sandbox elements that you can play with in conjunction with your various abilities. This game seems pretty cool. From what I've heard, it seems like it's fairly well done.
It does look pretty cool. I fuck with it.
The Cursed Crew is coming to PS5.
I like the way it looks too.
On August 17th.
Greg the Shed here. The new Lawnmower 4.0 is
Greg the Shed, huh?
Today, I'm gonna.
You know, a single-player Magic Focus FPS and a brand new IP from EA wasn't on my bingo card for 2023, but here we are. Immortals of Avium will feature a roughly 25-hour story-driven campaign set in the
Wait, what did he say?
My bingo card for IP from EA wasn't on my bingo card for 2023, but here we are. Immortals of Avium will feature a
EA is making this game?
story-driven campaign.
They can't even make Battlefield.
Sci-fi world that's under siege, with you being the last line of defense. Who would have thought?
Oh yeah, this one looks crazy. Like, look at these graphics, bro.
You play through these levels.
Whoa.
The levels themselves are designed in a way to focus on the moment-to-moment gameplay with a little bit of exploration.
This looks like BioShock.
Yeah, you go through the story, you fight things,
modern though.
bosses,
Oh fuck, that looked cool.
Progress to chapter 2, so on and so on. The developer has actually described this as a semi-open corridor shooter with Metroidvania-like elements. So you'll move through a space, you'll find an area that you can't go across, a gap you can't jump, a door you can't open.
And then you gotta
Eventually,
unlock
you
that
find the means
skill.
of progressing, whether that's a new ability or a key, letting you get past that obstacle and move forward.
That's pretty
Some,
cool.
like, puzzle solving in the game as well, but for the most part,
Just
you'll
a
be
game,
engaging in
you know?
combat. And so the combat itself, it's what they're referring to as a first-person action spell slinger.
And they got
You've magical
slowdowns.
abilities that basically function as their FPS counterparts. So you're gonna have
I don't know. Now
spells
there's
that are
just, it seems like there's
rifles,
too much
ones that are
going on.
SMGs,
You know?
like shotguns, like swords. There's also a wide.
It does look
range
dope
of
though. I don't know.
offensive,
Like,
defensive,
I have
and
mixed feelings on
utility
this.
abilities. In total, the game's got
Damn, that was
25
cool.
spells broken
That
up
was
into
fucking cool.
distinct categories as well as elements, with the different elements used to counter different enemy defenses. There's gear in the game that's also broken into 4 categories:
Interesting.
sigils,
Interesting.
totems, rings, and bracers. All of the loot is predetermined. It's pre-placed with a set name.
Damn, that-
so
look at that
certain
menu,
pieces will
bro.
always
That
be in
shit
that
looks-
chest or always drop off that boss,
Look
for
at
example.
that.
There's no randomization. Sigils, totems, rings, and bracers. All of the loot is predetermined. It's
That looks
pre-placed with a set
cool.
name, so a certain piece will always be in that chest or always drop off that boss, for example.
That's
There's
fucking
no
dope.
randomization, no randomized stats, no randomized drops, nothing. While the game does have gear, it is absolutely not a looter shooter. They made sure to say that. Outside of the gear, there's also further progression via skill tree, one for each school of magic with over
Damn,
80
what the fuck
talents
is
to
that
choose
menu?
from. They've also said you have to specialize. You cannot unlock everything. There just won't be enough skill points.
Aw,
but
man.
there is a respec option if you do want to play around with different builds. And speaking of replayability, they have said
Whoa.
this game is going to last in the ballpark of 25 hours. Again, it's story driven, it's chapter based, so 25 hours roughly for a full playthrough. There's 3 different difficulty modes: easy, medium, and hard, with scaling damage and health as well as more aggressive AI the harder you go. And they said there
It's
is
just
some
like a-
post-credits
just a
content,
game,
but
bruh.
they kind of kept it under wraps exactly what it is, saying while there isn't something like New Game Plus, there will be reasons to go back and
I was
revisit
about to
chapters
say,
that
why
you've
would you,
already played through, as things will be different, things will have changed.
Wow, he just said that it's not randomized or nothing. It's all set gear. It's all set. Like what? What are you talking about, bro? Just that the enemies are gonna attack you differently? Yeah, because you're gonna be moving differently, fool.
Immortals of Avium is coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC on August 22nd for $59.99. Armored Core 6.
$60? Fuck
This
that.
is an interesting one. I think this looks really, really good. I've been excited for this game.
Yeah, this game. Okay, so I've never touched or even heard of Armored Core, but when I saw the gameplay for this, like, I don't know, it looks interesting. You know, it looks interesting. I could fuck with it. Mainly because of the bosses. The bosses, like, I think I've seen 1 or 2 of them, but it just looks like that'll be a fucking cool ass fight, you know?
Everything I've seen looks awesome, but man, has the discourse around this title been really rough online. People looking forward to the next FromSoft title, and then other people gatekeeping them, saying they shouldn't be. It's nothing like Souls, which, I mean, duh. And
Yeah,
then
it's
saying that they
nothing
should
like
keep
Souls.
Soul fans and Souls design philosophy away from the Armored Core franchise. It's been exhausting.
Well, I don't know. Actually, with the boss fights and shit, it does look kind of like. I mean, I'm not like a Souls expert or whatever the fuck, but like the boss fights kind of look like it. But obviously, you're much more bullet spongy, probably. Look at that, dude. That's fucking cool. What do you call that? An Octobot?
I mean, duh. And saying that they should keep Soul fans and Soul's design philosophy away from the Armored
no, it's only
Core
got 6
franchise.
legs.
It's been exhausting to follow, but honestly,
Insectot.
get all of that. Who cares? I've heard mostly good things from the early impressions. The game seems like it'll be fun, and that is all I care about. The different corners of a developer's fan base bickering online.
Oh, shit.
I can't be
You can, like,
bothered.
fly.
Armored Core 6 looks
Well, kinda
piloting
looks.
mechs with a lot of customization through this wide array of levels. I think they said there might be like 80 to 100
And that
levels.
little that was so cool. How whenever you landed and it just like
with a lot of customization through this wide array of levels. I think they said there might be like
That's
80
cool.
to 100 levels in total, while taking on mechs and gargantuan bosses, all on the backdrop of this desolate planet that's been bombarded by cosmic fire and is also in the grip of a
Damn.
never-ending
That was dope.
war. Man, that is a video game-ass video game, and I cannot wait.
That looks
General
cool,
overview
dude.
here, combat in Armored Core 6 looks to be combining the mechanics from the original series of Armored Core games with a bit of a modern-day twist, adding some of the lessons FromSoft has learned.
And then I think
from
you can
the Souls
upgrade like
series.
every
Game's
part of
gonna
your
make use of
fucking
Armored
mech,
Core's
dude.
three-dimensional combat, of course, its
Which could be
mission
interesting.
structures,
Put like
atmosphere,
longer
and customization, but that will be
rockets to
combined
fly
with
longer
things
and
like
shit.
hard lock
Because like you see this right here, whenever you're flying, it looks like this is going down.
targeting, the pacing, and the
And anytime you boost or whatever, I guess it takes a chunk of it. But yeah, I'm guessing you can upgrade that shit to fly more and more, you know?
attack telegraphs from boss battles.
And then
all
yeah,
things
you got that dope ass sword too. I bet you could probably upgrade that motherfucker too. Maybe I wonder if you could change like the color of that strike.
and attack telegraphs from boss battles.
I do like that
often
color,
seen
though.
in the Souls franchise. They still have the soft lock, similar to how traditional Armored Core games have worked. When you get within range of enemies, your missiles will prime and automatically lock onto the closest target. But then on top of that, there is hard
Damn, that
lock,
looks
letting
cool.
you manually focus single targets, just like
Damn.
many other modern-day action RPG games. Typical assortment of weapons: machine guns, missiles,
Fuck, bro, I'm gonna have to
cannons,
go
and
broke
other
for this
ordnance. You've got
game.
4 weapon slots that you can mix and match as you please, depending on your specific core. There's also a system of shields with perfectly timed blocks and a variety of melee weapons to choose from. The game's got a stagger system where you can stagger enemies for increased damage, or opening
Staggers.
them up to be kicked off of the map, and the assault boost
Damn,
let you
kicking them off
dash
the map,
forward
dude.
either
Fuck
to
yeah.
charge enemies or to avoid incoming attacks. Lots of different movement and utility abilities. Of course, you can fly.
Utility
using your boosters and
ability.
thrusters. There's also an X-ray scan where you can see enemies through hard objects. There's
Damn,
different
bro.
expansions with things like radar jams, EMPs, flares, and even
Whoa.
repair kits.
That's probably like a mini
appealing to the
boss or
game,
probably
which I'm fairly
boss.
sure is relatively new to the core series, but I'm not a hardcore fan, right? So I probably shouldn't talk about Armored Core. Big boss battles, that is absolutely going to see.
Bro,
be
when
a
people
thing. We saw
gatekeep
some of
shit,
this
that's
in
so
the early
funny to me.
impressions that came out like last week or so.
Like, hey, we don't want you to like this thing that we like. That way they could stay, I don't know, undeveloped. Not undeveloped, that's the wrong word. Like, why would you not want more people to like the thing that you like? That way they get more funding to do more with it, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, these bosses look awesome. These fights look awesome. I cannot wait to learn and engage with these systems. Should be really, really enjoyable. And then also, the game's designed so it's not open world. It follows in the footsteps of prior Armored
Hold
Core
on.
games, using that mission-based structure.
Don't you
Go
leave.
through missions, following the narrative, moving from one story beat and location to the next, taking on bosses, completing the mission, and then going on to the next mission. Most of the missions will consist of levels that have multiple paths, providing some variety in how you approach them. You'll take on different groups of enemies, go through different
How do I do
challenging
this?
encounters, open various gates, and of course fight in those massive boss battles. And then it would not be an Armored Core game without customization, and you can customize just about everything for your core: its unit, frame, inner categories. The system is clearly a bit more streamlined when compared to prior Armored Core games, but still looks to have a fair bit of depth to it. Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon is coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC on August 25th for $59.99. All right, so those are the main games, what I think are the best looking, most promising new games coming out this month. But as usual, we got quite a few honorable mentions.
Bonus.
First up is
Become an auntie. Book a flight.
First
Stay
up,
4 nights.
become an
Meet the
auntie.
baby.
Sengoku Dynasty, an open-world
Sengoku.
survival
Whoa.
game set in feudal Japan. It's going to feature a variety of biomes with forest,
Oh, shit.
mountains, cherry groves, and hot springs. It's called an open-world village builder. You're going to start off small, building up a little village, and then expanding it into a massive settlement. There's, of course, all of the crafting
That's
and
cool,
building
like,
you expect.
reconstruction.
A variety of melee and range weapons with these unique Japanese weapons like the Yari,
Damn.
Yumi, and katanas. It's also got dynasty management as you oversee the growth and development of your village to create a prosperous
hell?
dynasty, and it can be played solo or co-op, letting you join other players in the survival game. Sengoku Dynasty comes out on August 10th. Also on August 10th
the
is
fuck?
Tales and Tactics, a squad-based
That's probably like
auto
some
battler
single
in a
developer
tabletop
type game.
RPG setting. Draft an army, equip and position your units, make the important choices, and then watch them go to battle. You might remember the craze of auto battlers from a few years back with like Teamfight Tactics and Dota Underlords. Well, this is basically a new twist on that genre, and something a bit different is that this one is actually entirely single player. It's not competitive of multiplayer and has a bit more of a story focus. Interesting choice, looks pretty neat. We'll see how it turns out. On August 16th, we've got Engard, a swashbuckling action game where mixes fencing with a bit of comedy.
Damn, that kick though.
Physics, you'll parry, riposte, and lunge
that
your
vault
victory, fighting with
look
style
fun.
as you fill your panache meter to unlock special skills. The combat areas are full of various opportunities to experiment with the environment as you surprise, stun, or evade enemies with various objects, from rolling barrels to falling chandeliers.
Damn, I like that
There's an
kick.
arena mode with game-changing modifiers for new fight situations. There are theatrical characters in a story-driven experience. And one interesting
Damn,
note
boss
is
fight.
this was originally prototyped
Holy
as a
hell.
student project. They then formed a studio, increased the game size and scope, and are now releasing a full version. Pretty cool story. Like to hear it. Engard comes out on August 16th. On August 22nd,
looks pretty
is
cool,
Fort
though.
Solace, a story-driven thriller set on the Red Planet, otherwise known as Mars. Responding to an unusual alarm call from a remote mining base. Of course, it's a remote mining base. You arrive in a dark and desolate Fort Solace.
What the fuck? What game is this?
Because there's an imminent storm. Of course, there's an imminent storm. And then as nighttime approaches, events escalate.
What are these
and spiral out of
graphics,
control.
bro?
Of course, they spiral out of control. It's another horror game.
Base game.
The story is told across 4 chapters. Immersive storytelling, they've said, with grounded visuals and animations running on Unreal Engine 5. It will be spooky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at
Comes
all
out on
this.
August 22nd. Then on
And I've
August
never even heard
24th
of
is
it.
Blasphemous 2. This is a 2D Metroidvania.
Oh, I heard a lot of
Now,
good
the
things about that
original
one.
Blasphemous, which released in 2019, is well regarded. It still has very positive.
Or maybe it's the
ratings on
first one,
Steam.
yeah, that I heard
Sequel,
was
they look
good.
to continue the story and expand
And it looks
upon the
cool. That
game
looks pretty
with
dope.
full
I'm not gonna even lie. That shit look
world.
cool.
You can explore and advance basically in any direction you please. They've improved combat, more customization, and more massive, interesting boss battles. Blasphemous 2, again, August 24th. And then on August 31st, we have Trine 5. I did not realize they were still making Trine games. I remember playing those
Trine?
first 2. So Trine has returned with the biggest adventure yet for this 2.5D puzzle platformer. It's set in this beautiful fantasy world with stunning visuals. I always felt that actually about the original Trines. I really loved the way they looked. There's a new and improved combat system, character-specific skill quest system for more depth and playstyle variety, more puzzles, levels, and battles than previous entries, customizable outfits with cosmetics, and combined forces with 1 to 4 players.
Damn, what the
Either
fuck
single
was that?
player or local and
An accordion bird? Go back.
skill quest system for more depth and playstyle variety, more puzzles, levels, and battles than previous entries, customizable outfits with cosmetics, and combined forces with 1 to 4 players.
That's what it looked like.
Single player or local and or online co-op. And that was actually one of the cool things about this game, is that you could play it
Damn.
simultaneously, a puzzle platformer with other people, each controlling your own characters. Always liked it. Had a great time with my friends playing the original Trines. But yeah, there you go, Trine 5, August 31st. Those are the list of games. We do also have a couple of beta tests I want to know you about. Palia is going to have an
I wanna know you
beta on
about?
August 10th.
Did he just say beta tester, beta ones I want? Wait, what?
Do also have a couple of beta tests I want to know you about. Palia.
Want to know you about? I want you to know about? You mean? I want to know you. Wait, what?
31st.
I can't even fuck up like that by
We do
accident.
also have a couple of beta tests I want to know you about. Palia is going
I
to have
wanna
an
know
open
you
beta on
about-
August 10th. This is MMO. It's not really an MMO. It's more of like a building management game from everything I've seen.
I wonder if anybody even
Talking
noticed.
about this a little bit more in the future, but don't expect full blown
Sea of Stars?
Oh, just remove MMO from your mind when you consider what Palia is. You're building bases and farming. That's the game. The First Descendant also has an open beta. I'm pretty excited for this. This is going to be on August 22nd. This is that third-person MMO light looter shooter. I think it was last year was the last beta, or earlier in this year, whenever it was. I played it for like a week straight, and it was kind of janky, really rough around the edges, probably going to be super predatory monetization, but the game itself had some really cool things. It had this shared world system, kind of think Destiny, where you're out there and you're seeing other people doing quests and objectives.
Damn, that's
fighting
cool.
Bosses. Really cool boss
I heard
battles.
Destiny
And what
2
I
is in a
actually particularly
weird
loved about
state
the
right
game
now.
was some of the classes
Damn,
were
that was
really
dope.
interesting, really cool design and abilities on the playable characters in this game. But it's
What
like
game is
a
that?
crazy progression system where you got to pick up all these parts to make
I
these
don't even know.
characters. And
The
it's probably
First
gonna be
Descent.
pay to win, but I don't know. Maybe check out the open beta at least and don't spend any money. Skull and Bones has a closed beta happening on August 25th.
That's
This
the
is
one I thought that
Ubisoft's
other
pirate
one was.
game. Is this actually still happening? Who knows? We'll find out. And then also Enshrouded, the recent survival game.
Oh, yeah,
we
that one
covered
looks
a
pretty
couple weeks
cool.
ago, they have a closed beta sometime in August, I believe it's supposed to be, but nothing has been set in stone yet. Just keep an eye out for that. And that is pretty much going to do it for this month's list. When it comes to my top picks, the games I am most interested in, the ones I'm probably going to want to play, Armored Core 6 is a no-brainer. You know, maybe I played
I might have to try that one, dude.
Armored Core when I was a child many years ago.
There goes my whole bank account.
Fan. Sorry, gatekeepers. I'm going to play Armored Core 6
my whole
anyway.
life savings.
Whatever. Wayfinder, I want to spend some more time with. I especially want to see what they've added since the early test period from a few months back. Hopefully there's more. Hopefully performance has improved, and I want to see more open zone areas than
dude.
The 2 that they were supposed to be launching with, 2 or 3. We'll see what happens. And Atlas Fallen looks pretty cool too. I'd like to play that.
Oh, does it? That's the surfing one, right?
Or
the sand surfing?
You guys know all about that. Hopefully soon.
That looks pretty cool.
The First Descendants I do
Interesting.
really want to play as well, and I'd love to check out Enshrouded.
Yeah, the First Descent or whatever looks cool.
I heard some people are playing Diablo 4 Season 1, huh?
Don't lie.
How's that going for you?
I'm hearing so much bad about Diablo 4 too.
If they just didn't seem to add enough.
It looked cool. I thought it looked cool.
I feel like, yeah, I want to grind to level 100 again. Maybe in Season 2 or 3, or maybe just later in the season, right? Just because I don't play at the start of the season doesn't.
Nah, just let Path of Exile drop.
3 months, right? So I got plenty of
time.
time.
Exile
when
2.
there is a lull and not a lot of games to play, I'll probably jump in and check out the Diablo 4 Season 1. I've actually recently been playing Elder
where's
Scrolls
Ark?
Online. Not just because I had
I've been wanting to jump back into that.
I was playing, they had the sponsor, I made the sponsor, and then I'm like, I'm still playing because the game is huge. There's so much to it. I really like it.
Yeah, I bet.
But, you know, anyways.
It's been going on for a while
that's it
too.
For this month's video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
I'll probably hop into like New World in a little while too. Maybe because I wanted to jump into Elder Scrolls Online for a while now too, because I bought it when it was like $8, and I think I played like 70 hours or like 40 hours or some shit, and then I just never touched it. That was so long ago too. So, and I liked it. It was fun. I'm sure they've added a lot to since, but I think you need like a season pass or something. They have like fucking 10 DLCs, bro. I ain't spending all my money on that shit. These games look pretty dope though. I might have to try Baldur's Gate, but dude. Atlas Fallen looks dope. That's that sand surfing one. Yep. That one looks cool. Wayfinder. He said he wants to play that one. Means he was probably having fun with it, so it's probably a good game. It looks cool. Oh, and it's got that fucking hand sign lady. I might have to fuck around with. Shadow Gambit. This one looks interesting, but well, it looked interesting. I like it. It looks interesting, but I don't think I would play it. Maybe if it was like free or like really, really cheap one day, I'll try it out. This one, Immortals of Avium. It looks too flashy, right? It looks too flashy. Like, it looks cool. I fuck with it. But it looks too flashy, and it looks like some of this shit looks like it's I don't know, like it's not really gameplay. Does that make sense? Even though it probably most likely is. I don't know, maybe graphics are getting crazy nowadays. Yeah, it looks almost too flashy sometimes. Like too much going on. Armored Core looks fucking sick. I'll play it. I might have to try it out 100%. Then Goku, this looks like one of those small indie games. Or like not small, but I don't think it will be like PvP or like other people. I think it's just a single player fuck around and find out. That probably like a couple devs made just for funsies, you know. This one, that one looks interesting, but like I said, I would only try that if it was like free or something. Maybe. This one's cool. It looks interesting. I like that apparently some people just fucking, some students made it. That's pretty dope. This one looks weird. Fort Solis or Solace. It looks too good to hit. It have not had any marketing, you know. I have never even heard of this thing in my whole entire life. Blasphemous 2 looks pretty cool, but I wouldn't buy it. Maybe if it was cheap as fuck, I'll try it out. Shrine. I don't know. That looks cool. Yeah, that's that 2D or it's like a platformer. I don't even know. Palia. What the fuck is this one even about? Just walking around. The first Descendant looks cool. Yeah, that shit look cool. Is this one? Oh yeah, Enshrouded. Yup. I don't know, man. They all look cool. Oh, fucking, they're all coming out this month. Whoa, Armored Core is coming out this month? So I am gonna have to go broke. Baldur's Gate already just dropped, but I don't want to buy it yet. 'Cause it is single player, right? So it's not like I'm in a rush to grind to level whatever the fuck to for PvP or something. That one can probably wait. Atlas Fallen. I don't think I'm gonna spend all that money right now. Wayfinder. Wayfinder, if it's that too expensive. But yeah, Armored Core, I'm gonna definitely have to cop. I was just, I don't know. It looks cool. It looks cool. Plus, I have to beat all the Souls games. Actually, I gotta play more of Dark Souls 1. I haven't even beat that. I got Dark Souls 2 and 3 now. I might even redo Elden Ring and get a different ending, or just hop in any now and then and just do some of the fucking random ass bosses, right? And then what else? I gotta do like Bloodborne is only on PlayStation. I don't even know if they're ever gonna remaster that or what the fuck. Apparently that's a real, like, a lot of people say that's the best Souls game was Bloodborne. I don't know. And then the other one, Demon Souls, right? That one looks cool, but I think that's only PlayStation as well. Like an old one. I don't know, bro. I gotta do them all, though. That's the challenge. These games look pretty cool, though. Fuck it. Can't go wrong with them.